Hello everyone, my name is Ogutu Godfrey, the director of Spreading Christ Ministries. Today, I'm with my team. We are having a program called Hot Tea. We are going to discuss a few issues. So I'm with my pastor from Shanyonja. We are in the Namayingo district. I'm with my brother Jacob. They're going to introduce themselves as I'm going to give them a chance. You are welcome to a program called Hot Tea, where we sip a cup of tea as we discuss and digest a few issues and a few topics that the Lord has put on our heart to talk about. Uh, Today, we are going to talk about a few challenges that youths face in ministry. But before I take you further, we are going to talk about our ministry. It's called Spreading Christ Ministries. It's based in Namayingo district. We do organize camps. We do have youth conferences. We do door-to-door preaching. You can welcome us. You can join us to spread the gospel. Mind you, the devil is seriously looking for followers. So we as also the body of Christ, we as the church, we also need to work together and defeat the devil. You cannot preach the gospel alone, can you? No, you cannot preach the gospel alone. So we need the unity. We need the body of Christ to unite. We need the whole church to unite such that we push the gospel further. Which means even if you're where you are in USA, you are in Uganda, you are in Tanzania, you are in Nigeria, we can get together and we spread the gospel. So allow me welcome my people to come and greet us. Allow me start with my pastor. Pastor, introduce yourself. Tell us the church you pastor and just briefly about yourself as we continue with the program.
Thank you very much, Director, for giving me an opportunity to introduce myself in this program. My name is Titus Nyongesa from Harvest Church Fellowship in the Shanyonja community within the Namayingo district. I'm really grateful to be on this program. Thank you so much.
Amen. I'm having here my brother. So my brother, you can introduce yourself. You can tell us what you do in this ministry as we go on.
Thank you very much, the director of Spreading Christ Ministry, Pastor Fellowship, Shanyonja. We want to thank you very much. I also like to thank you for the great opportunity given to this program, Hot Tea. In Spreading Christ, I am the treasurer, and my name's Mugeni Jacob Aket from Bulamba Elim Church. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my pastor, Pastor Titus, and my brother Jacob. So today, we are looking at ministry right now. Yes. We are having very many people. We are having very many youths jumping up in ministry here and there. So my question comes to the pastor today. What do you think are the few challenges that youths are facing?
Yeah, thank you so much, my director of Spreading Christ Ministries. Indeed, youths are having a number of challenges, and one of them is when youths first begin the ministry, they begin very well, but within a short time you see them declining, and some even getting out of ministry because of what they pass through. You find, like in a church, you can have many youths, they go on moving on well, but they reach a time, like when they reach the moment of making a decision of getting married, you see them now messing up and leaving the ministry. So it's a very great challenge we see in ministry, because whenever they reach that stage of making a decision of getting married, that is a very dangerous stage for them, and they fail to be successful. So you find some of them getting early pregnancy, some of them getting married in a way which is not official, and they end up spoiling their vision in ministry. So it is a very great challenge when it comes to marriage. You can have many youths in the church, but you find maybe one or two who successfully get married. It's a major challenge in the ministry among the youths.
Oh, so the pastor has told us how youths begin slowly by slowly, and you see them very active. You find this young boy is very good at church, is very good at talent. You see that, but it reaches a period that this boy or this girl reaches a time that I feel I need to get married. But you find that they jump here and there. What do you think, Pastor, makes these youths to jump here and there to rush in marriage, and also the marriages don't work out? What do you think makes those youths to jump from this side to the other side?
Sometimes it's just over excitement because of the body changes, and when they look at the way the body is developing, they can feel maybe they are mature enough to join the marriage institution. When it's just the body changes, and this comes in because parents and the caretakers of these children, they don't take time to share with their children about the body changes, the adolescence stage. So when children enter that stage, when they are not aware, they can make a decision based on how they feel, because they lack guidance and counseling from the elders, the parents and the caretakers. That's a major reason that makes some of these youths to act in that way.
Thank you very much, our pastor. We have realized that maybe most of these youths, when they get body changes, that's when they come to adolescent stage, you find that it drives them. It starts controlling them. Before I ask you, Pastor, the next question, my next question to you is going to be, what would you give, which advice would you give to an adolescent? But before I come back to you, I would request my brother, Jacob, to point out one challenge that these youths face.
Thank you very much, the Director of Spreading Christ Ministry in Uganda. The first challenge that I see, number one, is that these youth are also although blamed, but we should also look at the people around them. There is what we call also traditional belief in Africa. We believe that youths are not people, and that's what people say. So now this myth goes on spreading around. It also goes in these people's mind. So they also pray, they also minister, but they know very well that they are not people. So that one also affects the youths. To be in church, to be in ministry, they serve, but they have that mindset that they are not people. So it makes them not to work very well for God. It makes them also to do, even if they are praising, they praise, but in their minds they know that they are not people. So as we a team, we come to save them, tell them that they are also people, they shall have to work for God. That's also the biggest challenge we have in Africa. Also, I should not forget this, shyness. Youths are very shy, that they cannot express their problems to everyone. For example, in the church, you find that the youth fails to tell the pastor the problem affecting him or her.
They are so protective, confined to their challenges.
Someone who can even cover himself or herself with a problem that can cause him or her to die. It being marriage, it being relationship, it being anything, school fees, it being anything, education. They keep quiet, so they stay confined. Now you find that today and tomorrow, the youth who was ministering very well in church is no longer there. And if he gets out of the church, hides off everyone. So I think that should be, that's the challenges are affecting, which I have also realized that are very dangerous to the youths in the ministry.
So these youths, they fear to express. They fear to express their problems, maybe to their elders, to their parents, to their spiritual parents. You see that, and at the end of the day, you find that someone is dying with a problem. There is a story you have reminded me of. There was a girl in Kamuli district.
Yes.
This girl was called Konso. She used to live with an uncle. The parents died. And imagine, this girl gets to be used by the uncle. The uncle used to sleep with her. And the uncle used to tell her, if you dare mention this to anyone, I'm going to kill you. So because of fear, this girl keeps quiet with all her challenges.
Yes.
Then this girl gets pregnant by the uncle, but she fears to tell anyone. At the end of the day, this girl was at school. She was in primary 5. She gets pregnant, but as you know, at school, people are going to realize that you're pregnant.
Sure.
So she keeps shy. At a certain night, she tries to do abortion on herself. But imagine what this girl does. She goes in the toilet, starts using sticks.
Abortion.
You're trying to do abortion on yourself. What the reason being, you are not sharing with anyone. You see that? You are keeping the information to yourself. You're keeping wrong information to yourself. At the end of the day, the girl oozed a lot of blood. And she died. You see that?
You mean abortion using sticks?
Yes, abortion using sticks. It was at night. A girl does this on herself. Which means it's very bad, my fellow youths. This message goes to my fellow youths. One, at least you should have a person you should trust.
Sure.
That even if you make a mistake, you are there to share it with someone. Do you have that person that you can say, yes, I'm a boy, I've impregnated someone? Those are some of the things that youth fear to do what? To express to people. I'm a boy, I've impregnated someone. You see that? There is nothing so stressing, mostly in us in Africa, in Uganda, like a boy who is not married, who is still under the parents' care, and you impregnate a girl. A girl tells you, you know what, Godfrey, I'm pregnant. That's one of the things that these boys
Scared of.
are scared of. They fear. You find that they keep this. You see that? And once you keep the iniquity in you, it haunts you.
Yes, right.
You are not going to be free to share it with someone. So this girl fears to share with anyone. She does abortion on herself, and eventually she dies.
Yes.
So, as my brother has talked about it, please, my fellow youths, have someone that you can share with something. Even if it's a crime, you have committed a crime, be with a friend that will understand you. That if you have done something, you will share with that person and they will give you advice. Or they will take you to other people that can give you advices. So, what advice would you give to some of our parents? Because you realize that some of these challenges, when I come to your point, when I come to your challenge, you realize that some of our parents are very rude, are very harsh. If I commit a crime, I will fear to tell my father. I will fear to tell even my spiritual father that I have pregnanted someone. Or if she's a girl, she's going to fear to tell someone that I'm pregnant. What advice would you give to our spiritual takers, to our parents? Jacob, what advice would you give to a parent who has a youth, and in case a youth has committed a crime, they are fearing to air it out, and they have maybe told a parent? How do you think the parent should handle that?
Thank you very much, Bwana Director. I would like to advise the caretakers, the parents of the youths everywhere, worldwide. Whenever you have a youth, know that you have a child. You have someone whom you have to listen to in case of any problem. In any situation, you have to listen to that girl or to that boy. But the moment you go on not listening to something that he or she has done, may it be good or bad, you are bringing trouble. I would like you to always pay attention to these younger people's challenges. Whenever they come to you, Mommy, do you know what? I stole someone's phone. You ask, oh, you stole someone's phone. Where is the phone? Begin handling matters as a parent. Handle matters knowing that you're handling matters with a human being, not like an elephant with a human being. Because a snake, when it comes,
An elephant with a human being. I'm like that.
when a snake comes, you begin by sticking a hand or a panga.
Yeah.
But this one is a human being. Why do you begin with the arrogant words? Why do you begin fighting? Why do you begin pulling ropes, abusing? No. I'd like you to take a human being as a human being.
Yes.
So that's the advice I take. I tell my dear parents.
Wow, thank you so much. On that same point, Pastor, what do you think these parents should handle some of these challenges? I'm a youth. I'm your son. I've come to you, Pastor. Pastor, you know what? I impregnated someone. You see that? Or maybe she's a girl. I'm pregnant. How do you think our parents should handle such issues? Because sometimes it's a very big shame. You are a pastor's daughter. You are a youth who has been very active in church, and they find out you are pregnant. So how should we handle this? It may not be necessarily pregnancy, but there are very many other crimes, that there are very many other challenges that we go through and we fear to express them out. So what parent would you give to what advice would you give to our caretakers?
Thank you so much, Director Spreading Christ. It is a very nice question. You see, what makes these youths to fear to expose their problems to adults is that difference that is in between their parents or caretakers who are so harsh to their children, like that even if they have an issue, they fear to express it. Because one, they know they can be harassed. Two, they know they can be exposed without being helped. And some caretakers rush even to cursing their people.
Their children.
Yeah, their children.
That is very common.
Yeah. So children will develop that fear. And when they develop that fear, they can even look for another person who is not responsible to help them.
Yes.
Then they express that issue to such a person. That's why you find some youths are messing up after sharing with a person who is not responsible for their life.
And the person tells them, hey, your parent will know. You can abort.
You can abort. You can run away from that home.
Yes.
And they end up again, in addition to the wrong decision they made, they end up again making another decision which is bad, that can affect their lives. So I encourage, advise and encourage the caretakers, parents, leaders, pastors to have good relationship with their children and the youths in church, so that at least they have good fellowship, good communication, where the youths feel free with their pastors and church leaders, where the children also feel free with their parents, so that in case they have any challenge disturbing them, they will feel free to approach their leaders or their parents for help. But sincerely, there's a very big gap between parents and their children. Yeah, and more so, this thing is in Africa so much. Even when visitors are coming in the home, they chase children away. Who has told you to come here? Go away. So children grow up with such an inferiority complex of not approaching
their parents
or adults, and that makes that makes life very hard for them. They die with their issues. They die with their problems. So parents should at least create a free atmosphere, a laughing environment with their children. It can be helpful so much.
Wow, I've really liked the advice, the way my brother and my pastor here have expressed. It's almost threatening to rain. We shall proceed with the program. This is Spreading Christ Ministries. We share different ideas. We come up with different topics and we share. May God bless you. We love you so much.